Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Poppin' Off. I am your host, PdPopOff. How's everybody doing out there, huh? We doing good? Doing great? Grand? Splendid. Yeah, so I get a little riled up. Like I told you guys, right? Like, we were in a good spot last episode, weren't really too riled up about much. But then people gotta come and fuck with me, dude. Like, here's what it is, man. I'll give you the breakdown, right? I go on the Mark Zucker books, right? And I voiced my displeasure for all these fucking retards out here protesting no kings. And it's not like I just went on with an opinion and went, "Hey, you guys are fucking retarded." That's not what I did. No, I broke it down intelligently with analytical data provided to us from various sources saying that there was about 7 million protesters. And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." Like, that's a lot of people. Like, collectively, 7 million, that's a lot of people, right? But then I framed it within context, right? So, according to the numbers, right? Because this is what I do, right? This is what I do. According to the numbers, and the numbers alone, there was, I don't know, I believe it was 154 million people that voted in the 2024 election. And out of the 154 million people that voted, 7 million protested. So when you break that down into a fraction, that's 1/22. Okay? 1/22. And all I said was, hey, let old PD Popoff educate y'all real quick. Look at this picture. Look at this meme. And it was a meme showing the people protesting with the numbers. And I said, let's frame this in correct context. Out of 154 million people that voted in 2024, that's roughly 1/22 of people. That's basically just biologically confused nerds and gay people with no identity other than their sexual preference throwing temper tantrums. Quit your bitching and whining and go read a book. Go cut the grass. Go to a therapist. Volunteer at your community pet shelter. Do something, anything constructive for yourself and your community. Your recreational outrage is annoying. No one cares that you're gay. No one cares that you think you're a man or a woman or a furry or whatever the fuck you think you are. Seek help, you fucking nerds. Now, while it was a bit egregious, while it was a bit rude, right? It is what it is. It is what it is. And then, I followed it up with these protesters chanting no king, no kings. They're just basically throwing a temper tantrum because their favorite monarch isn't on the throne. It's recreational outrage at its best, folks. They're all worked up because people are getting deported. Not killed, not gas chambered, not systematically erased. They're just kicked out of the cool kids' lunch table. Oh, and by the way, the government shutdown is a pretty clear indication that there are no kings. I try to be understanding, but sometimes I just can't meet people where they're at. It's just too far behind. Stay well. P.S. At times I wish this was a monarch. Send you window lickers to the goddamn guillotine. Now that's just meant for comedic effect, right, man? Like it's no biggie. People found it funny, right? And then there's this one dude he hops on. He hops on my dick all the time, right? He's a fucking weirdo. And I get it. He's got bipolar disorder. He's super effeminate. He's super, super left wing. Um, he's an open communist, right? Like he's super weird about shit. And he says, quote unquote, send you goddamn window lickers to the guillotine. Coming from the guy who tried to lecture me on empathy a few weeks ago because I didn't profess my undying love for Charlie Kirk. LMAO. Conservatives are weird, man. Now, mind you, I didn't lecture him. I've known this guy since fucking middle school, and I just said it's a shame that you're celebrating. Like, this is kind of disgusting that you're celebrating the death of somebody who was really killed. Like, this guy was really killed in front of millions, and you're celebrating it because you disagree with his stance. Mine is a fucking fabricated, made up scenario added for comedic effect. If you can't discern the difference between the two, you do need to go to the guillotine. And I just rebutted to him. Yeah, conservatives, they totally are. But I didn't lecture you. I'm sorry if it came off that way. That must be like unresolved daddy issues or something. And it's weird that what you took away from that was the quote unquote undying love for Charlie Kirk. I don't even know the guy. I don't know Charlie Kirk. Didn't know really much about him till he got fucking killed. So I said, "You got it, bud. You just keep doing you, boo boo." Again, you don't have to feel sorrow or empathy, but you could show respect and not celebrate people's deaths because you disagree with them. My ending comment was for comedic effect, not a genuine sentiment. Got to use some discernment, bud. But apparently, all discernment has gone out the window, right? These people are disillusioned. They're blind to facts. They are blind to common sense. They only go with rhetoric that fits their narrative, and that fuck you. And they only go with a narrative that fits what they can conceptualize, right? It is the definition of being closed-minded. Um, but the polar opposite, right, is they could say, I'm being closed-minded because I don't see things their way. So I get it, right? There's a dichotomy, right? That's the paradox of the situation. I see things my way, and to me they're being closed-minded. They see things their way, and to them I'm being closed-minded. But here's the thing, right? They think that they are absolutely right, that there is no ifs, ands, or buts. The way I see things is fluid, and that's the truth. While I do believe that some things are absolutely right, I am always open-minded enough to the possibility of it being wrong. That's just how science works, right? Like, science is the generally accepted facts as we know them to be, and it changes all the time. All the time. You have to be open-minded. And it's just disappointing, right? It's disappointing because I've known this guy since fucking middle school, and just to see the behavior displayed is disgusting. But it's also scary. It really is, because these people are out in the world. We walk amongst them every day, right? And some people are cloaked, right? Like, you can't tell. They don't not every fucking weirdo has the blue hair and the fucking thick glasses and the pride flag tattooed on their fucking cheek, right? Like, not every one of them has that. And I get it. Like, when I talk like this, it's for comedic effect, right? Do I think you're a weirdo because you're gay? No. Fuck no, I don't. Absolutely not. I don't give a shit. It doesn't bother me. It just so happens that a huge chunk of people that are on that side and that line of thinking are. And if I'm being honest, I don't even think they're gay. I just think that they're confused and they lump it all together and they're like, "Oh, you're gay, you're weird, I'm one of you." And that's not the case. I know quite a few gay people actually that are like, "Yo, don't lump me in with those fucking retards." So yeah, that's how it started, right? Because it pisses me off, right? It pisses me off on a primal level because I know the guy, right? Well, I know the guy. I know. Or I knew him, at least from a different lifetime when we were children, right? 8th grade all the way up to high school. Like, I knew the guy. He was in the recovery community, and I even sponsored him for a while, right? I sponsored him for a while. I helped him get sober, you know? And then he went back out, right? And I tried to teach him some basic principles like, hey, man, this is right. This is wrong. This is how you conduct yourself, you know? And now he's just going with the flow. And I don't even, actually, I'm pretty certain he's not sober. I don't think he's jamming a needle in his arm like he used to be, which I'm glad. I'm glad he's not, you know, but he's come out and said that he's bipolar, which I'm not knocking him for. Like, we all got our issues. He takes medicine for it, goes to therapy. And it's like, you know, everybody's a little fucking tweaked, man. Everybody's fucking tweaked. I get it. But what I can say confidently is if you look at the objectionable truths as they are now, there's really there's right and there's wrong. There's right and there's wrong. And I'm sorry, but I believe in right and wrong. I believe that there's a gray area for things, but you have to be willing to accept the consequences. And I think that's where being a man, a real man, comes into play. Hear me out. Is it wrong to steal? Yes. Well, why is it wrong? Because the law says so. The law says you cannot steal. Okay. Well, what if my daughter needs Pampers? What if my son needs Pampers and I don't have a job and I don't have enough money? I got to feed them, clothe them, you know, all that stuff. And I have an easy opportunity to steal these Pampers. Well, I don't see it as wrong on the same level as I would see something else as wrong. I see it as, okay, hey, times are hard. You got to steal them Pampers. But there's multiple layers to this, right? The first thing I would say is, well, let's do better so we don't have to take these chances. Because there's a chance you're going to get caught. And if you get caught, you might go to jail. You might not. You might get a fine. And then you're going to be even more in the hole and be unable to provide for your kids, right? So the first thing I would say was, well, let's do better. Let's put ourselves in a position where we don't have to steal Pampers. And that could look like a million different things, right? But we'll go with the very basic. Let's get a better job. And I understand you can't do that today. You can't just do it in one day, right? You can't go from making 18,000 a year to 50,000 overnight. You can't go from making 50,000 a year to 100K overnight. You just can't. Some people can. I don't know how the fuck they do it. I've asked them and they just tell me it's a lot of luck. Okay. So that should tell you that, all right, if I don't want to steal these motherfucking Pampers and run the risk of getting caught, getting in trouble, I I got to do better. So how do I do better? You ask people, hey, I need help. You would be surprised how many people are willing to help you get to where you want to be, as opposed to asking for a handout. That has been my experience. And I have traveled literally this world. I find people who are compassionate that will give you handouts, but I find more people that aren't willing to give handouts, willing to impart you with knowledge. That has been my experience. And I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I'm saying in my experience, that's been my truth. is, hey, how the fuck do I get a better job, man? All right, well, you know, Eric, we'll call the pamper stealer. We'll call him Eric. Eric, you got to go to school. But I don't like school. Okay, well then you got to go to a trade school and pick up a fucking trade. What are you good with? You like building with your hands? All right, be a welder, be a carpenter, be a mason, be a truck driver, be a heavy machine equipment operator. Do any of those sound up your alley? Yeah, yeah. I like doing carpentry. I like doing plumbing. I like doing electricity. That shit fascinates me. All right, cool. That's your wheelhouse. That's going to make you some money. Let's go to trade school for it. Oh, how do I do that? Well, call up these numbers. Like some people need to be shown the blueprint. Not everybody knows it. I certainly didn't know it. I had a lot of wise people in my corner who showed me how to do it. And once they gave me the knowledge, guess what? It's all on me to do it. Right? In order to do something, you got to know how to do it. Sometimes people learn by being told, some people learn by being shown. Some people learn by both, being told and shown. And and that's what it is. All right, Eric, you got to call up these numbers and they will point you in the right direction. You know, you call up your state agencies. Hey, do you guys have any grants? Do you guys have any free programs, career pathways? Oh, you do? Okay. Where do I go? What time do I got to be there? Who do I get in contact with? They give you that information, and then you show up. Oh, I don't got a ride. That's why I'm stealing Pampers. Okay, well, you call your state agency, see if they can give you emergency relief funds for a bus transportation or a county pickup, right? If you got no friends or family, sometimes you got to do that. You got no friends or family, you better get to walking. You got no friends or family, and the state ain't gonna help you, or your fucking county ain't gonna help you. You better take back cans and bottles and beer, or you better panhandle, right? Ask for a couple shekels. Hey, I need this to get the butt. You, you, you make it happen. You make it happen, dude. Be resourceful. Be creative. Okay, and then you go and you show up. And sometimes it requires being in line for an hour or three. Sometimes it requires being on the phone for a goddamn all day. But that's what you got to do. And then you show up. And the next thing you know, 10 years down the road, you might be making 80 grand and you ain't got to steal Pampers. Or even better yet, you could buy a whole fucking pallet of Pampers and take it to your local church or your local community outreach program and say, hey, here's some free for the pickings. If you need them, take them. I don't know why I just went on that tangent, but I did. And I just gave you motherfuckers some free knowledge right there. But yeah, so back to this guy, right? Like, that's why it pisses me off. It makes me want to pop off because I fucking know the guy, dude. You know, and it's like, come on, man, you gotta do better, dude. You're taking things way out of context that I put in for comedic effect. Do I really want to see people guillotined because they're out fucking protesting? Well, I, I don't want to see it. You know what I mean? I don't want to see it. They remind me of children throwing tantrums. And I just want to be like, go in the corner. Hey, go in the corner, dude. Until you can behave and acclimate, go in the corner because all you are is a dredge on society at this point. You're annoying. You're agitating. Like, all you're really doing is rage baiting people. That's really it. And I get it, right? It's your fucking, it's your choice, right? Like, you absolutely have the freedoms to protest. I get it. But it's always the same people. Like, it's always the same people, man. I'm getting annoyed with it. usually I could give a shit less. But when you start fucking with my day and interrupting my day and inconveniencing me, right? Because I'm selfish. It is what it is. That's when I got a problem. Like, hey, how about all of yous link up and just move to California? Just go there. Go to California, go to New York, and stay there. You know, and I really am of the opinion, dude, take all the liberal fucks that are weird as shit with no real common sense, right? Like I know quite a few liberals actually, and they're all the same. I also know a shit ton of Democrats, and they are nothing like that. So I don't link I don't group liberals and Democrats as the same. Liberals to me are like the far unhinged fringe left. And I say all of yous go to fucking California, dude, and then secede from the country. Right? Run your own shit. And then we'll have 49 other states to worry about. And we'll we will no longer have parties. There won't be any Democrats or Republicans or MAGAs and liberals. No, there'll be none of that. It'll just be normal United States weirdos. That's it. Just so sick of it, dude. And I'm not mad because he disagrees with me. I'm not. I get angry, I get pissy because he's trying to take shots at me and bait me into an argument when he's not even using proper context. He's not even using fucking discernment. It's like, dude, if you're gonna argue or you're gonna fucking try to do a battle of wits with me, you have got to come armed. You have to. And that's the other thing is he's being sloppy because he is highly intelligent. He really is. But you're being fucking sloppy, bro. You know that's not what I said. I know that's not what I said. You're reaching out of context now so it could fit your narrative. Like, let's keep it rooted in reality. Okay. That's the first thing we're going to do. Let's keep it rooted in reality. And then from there, we can take it to anywhere you'd like to go. But it does need to be within reality first. And from reality, we're not going to go to fiction. We're not going to go to fantasy land. We're going to stay right here in reality. And when I do that with people, they have a hard time keeping up, man. And that's okay. Like I said, I'm not mad that he disagrees with me. In that post, he actually didn't disagree with me. He was just pretty much saying, like, oh, how rich. A guy trying to lecture me about empathy is now saying, send window lickers to the guillotine. Come on, man. Nobody was lecturing you about empathy. I was just stating my disappointment and disgust that you were championing and celebrating the fact that somebody really got killed, that somebody really got assassinated because they disagreed with a minority of people. You are trying to, no pun intended, throw shots at me because I'm making a comedic assertion towards a fictional goddamn scenario. Right there, we're not rooted in reality, big dog. Come on. Come on with it, man. So, I made my little comment to him, and then off you go, and I'm done with it. Like, I'm not going to entertain it. I am the rage baiter. You understand? I do not get baited to rage. Although that's what he did, and that's why I'm popping off right now. It will not happen again. I have spoken. So, yeah, that's what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys enjoy really fucked up memes, stupid memes, dark humor, stupid videos, that may or may not borderline on misogyny, racism, bigotry, xenophobia, transphobia, all that cool fucking label word shit, whatever. Check me out. I'm on all socials. I'm on the goddamn Mark Zuckerberg where this squabble happened. I'm on the Twitter, X. I'm on Clapper. I'm on TikTok. I'm on the TikTok. I'm on Instagram. And I'm also on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. I don't do a whole lot of long format shit. I just put up really stupid videos that make me giggle. Hey, be good out there. Be safe. Keep your head on a swivel. Stay frosty. Off you go.